Hi, welcome back to Beer30.buzz. This is Byron, also known as B. Today we're doing another taste test. Today's beer is going to be Deschutes. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this properly or not. I'm assuming this is some sort of German beer or something like that based upon the way it's spelled out, but I could be wrong. But again, it's spelled D-E-S-C-H-U-T-E-S. It's got a label on it. It's got two mountains kind of sitting up in the sun, if you will. This is an Iverson IPA, so it's an Indian Pale Ale. This is brought to us by, where do we have this? Deschutes Brewery. Profile whole flower hops create piney floral notes with a well-balanced bitterness. The alcohol on this is 6.8. The IBUs is 80. This is stepping well outside of what I think I would consider to be my taste test preferential. So that's what I'm hoping will be entertaining about this site, is that you will see somebody who is not normally used to or favorable to drinking these type of beverages, just so you have a basic idea of where you can get these type of beers. This particular beer was purchased through one of my mixed six packs at a local Jewel Osco. I do believe it's sold at Mariano's, Prisco's, Myers, some of your other local stores. There are some other various alcohol stores that I'm sure you can probably pick these up at your liquor stores and things like that. So let's take a look at this again. So what we have here is 6.8. Like I said last time, I prefer my beers on a lower end. If I'm drinking a beer, I'm not really trying to get drunk very fast. The goal behind a beer is to maintain my buzz, if you will. I'm trying to reach a certain level and really not exceed that beyond that. If my goal was to get a little crunked, as they would say, then I would probably be drinking something like a Dewar's White Label Scotch, or maybe even a Cazadores tequila. Last time I mentioned I do like my tequila, but I don't really drink these types of drinks very often, just because, again, I like my beers. Seems to help the party help itself out a little bit further, last a little bit longer. People don't get annoyed with me as fast. I have been told that a buzzed bee is a lot better than a drunk bee. So, as the site would say, please don't be a drunk and drink and drive. You're better off asking for somebody to give you a ride, call a ride, or do whatever the case may be. If you're going to be participating in trying various beers and you just don't know what it is that you're trying, you don't know how it's going to hit you. Some of these beers are higher, lower in alcohol content. It's just wiser to plan ahead, especially if you're going out and having a night out on the drinks and stuff like that. So, again, we're going to try this Deschutes, I don't know, by Deschutes Brewery. No real instructions as to how to drink it. It says bottle conditioned for quality. Live yeast added to the bottle allows this beer to age gracefully and stay fresher longer. Keep bottles upright and away from light and heat. Obviously, I did that. I can't speak for what the merchandiser did or what the grocery stores did. Had it sit in the fridge for about 4.5 hours again. It's not telling me to drink it in any sort of glass or anything like that, so I'm going to take it for what it is. So we'll go ahead and pop this beer open and see what we think. So again, we have this India Pale Ale. Ugh. So I don't know if you recall the one of the first videos. Actually, it was the first video. I do believe I'm only 3 in, minus the intro. I don't like the beers that kind of tingle back here. They give you that little bitterness. Now, I do believe that there is two sides to every coin, so I know that some people do enjoy this kind of beer. This is definitely something right away. Makes me salivate right away. It's got the back of my jaw just filling up with fluids. I don't know if this is the type of beer that I would want to sit around and drink on very quickly. Maybe if it's something that I'm grilling with. I could see this with some red meat, actually. If I was grilling like a nice steak, maybe with some kind of good garlic marinade, put a little bit of chive and some different types of herbs on top of there. I think this would help kind of tone that down. Again, I'm just eating, I'm not eating. I'm drinking this plain on while thinking about what I would eat with this, but let's try this again. Yeah, again, I'm sorry. I get a little tongue-tied with this. The mind is thinking a little faster than what the tongue wants to say because I'm just salivating so much with this. So I feel like I have a little bit of coffee undertones. I like my coffee black, no sugar. And this kind of gives me that same, that same kind of dry mouth acidic taste at the same time, if you will. It's not a bad beer, actually. I mean, it is a good beer. It's something that I think I would have to pair with something a little more favorable than just drinking as is. Again, I don't think that I would sit around and just drink this as a six-pack on its own. This is definitely something that I would go out and have dinner with, a steak. As I had the second taste, maybe a steak with some sort of, I'm thinking like a mushroom sauce or something like that. Some sort of mushroom gravy. I think that would be pretty good on that level there. I definitely wouldn't have this with hot dogs. I think the interaction between the two would be a little gross. Straight up steak, potato. I like sweet potatoes myself. That might be a good pairing actually because you can go with the sweet and sour on that end. I'll try this one more time and see what I think, and then you guys can maybe possibly give me some feedback back. Again, this would be the Deschutes, however you want to pronounce this, Deschutes, the Iverson, I don't know, however you want to pronounce this again. I'm not trying to be a beer connoisseur, I'm just trying to be a taste test. But it's an Indian Pale Ale. You can see the label again, it's got this couple of mountains montage going on with the sun. Ignore this label up here on the top, that would be me somehow secretly hidden behind, looks like a little bit of a ghost. So I'm going to try this one last time, see what we think. You guys can respond, let me know what you think. Again, IBUs 80, so heavy taste. Alcohol 6.8, so I definitely would not drink more than one of these if I'm out at dinner, unless you're sitting around for a while. Like you're going for the 0.08, making sure you can drive home. This is not going to get you there within the hour, I don't think. I'm not a cop, I'm not a breathalyzer, but I'm thinking to myself, as strong as this is, I don't know that I would sit around at dinner again and enjoy this beer more than one without eating a heavy meal. So I'll try this again. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know other people are going to like this, but this is like the equivalent to probably sticking a penny in some coffee and letting it soak for a little while and then sticking that on your tongue and trying to enjoy that savor. So I know other people, again, will like this, but for me, with Beer 30.buzz, this is not something I don't think I would sit around and try to catch a buzz with. So hope you all have a good day. Have a good weekend. Beer 30 somewhere. Cheers. Nah, pour this one out.